How is everybody doing? Alrighty then, so all the Game Awards 2024 winners and announcements, I have it right here as well. And I didn't do anything while the Game Awards were live because on my country I live in Europe and the Game Awards are late as hell, so I just couldn't. But we have the awards here and we have some interesting announcements, but first let's go to the winners, and the biggest of them all is Game of the Year for Astrobot. And here's the thing, for Game of the Year I wish, as we see here, Player's Voice Award went to Black Myth Wukong, and I think Black Myth Wukong should have won Game of the Year. I think overall as a game Black Myth Wukong is better than Astrobot. Astrobot is more of a fun, chill game, which I guess games are to have fun, so... But I was hoping for Black Myth to win Game of the Year, but it went to Astrobot. I guess PlayStation keeps winning. Best Game Direction Astrobot, Best Narrative Metaphor Fantasy, Art Direction Metaphor Fantasy, Best Score and Music Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Best Audio Design Senua Saga Hellblade 2, Best Performance Melina, I don't even want to try to say that name, as Senua in Hellblade 2, Games for Impact, I don't like this at all. It went to Neva. Best Ongoing Game Helldivers. This is the other one I don't like, because Best Ongoing Helldivers doesn't have 1 year yet. How is it Best Ongoing Game? For me that makes no sense. For me this ongoing game should be for games that are at least 2 or 3 years old and that are still receiving content. This game doesn't even have 1 year and it's getting an award for Best Ongoing Game. Why? Best Independent Game Balatro, Best Mobile Game Balatro, Best Community Support Baldur's Gate 3, Innovation in Accessibility Price of Persia The Lost Crown, Best VR AR Arkham Shadow, Batman Arkham Shadow, Best Action Game Black Myth Wukong, Best Action Adventure Astrobot, Best Role-Playing Game Metaphor Fantasy, Best Fighting Game Tekken 8 should be Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, but that's just me. I'm a bit biased, okay? Don't come at me. Best Family Game Best Family Game Astrobot, yes, that's fine. Best Sim Strategy Game Frostpunk. I wish it went to Age of Mythology because I'm a huge fan of Age of Mythology, but Best Sports Racing EA Sports FC 25. I wish it went to WWE 2K24 because I like that better, but that's just me. Best Multiplayer Helldivers 2, okay. Best Content Creator Case Ho, Best Debut Indie Bellatro, Best Adaptation Fallout, Most Anticipated GTA 6, of course it's GTA 6. For me, personally, I would say that's Stranding, but I know GTA 6 is much more anticipated than Death Stranding. Best Esports League of Legends, Best Esport Athlete Faker, Best Esports Team T1, TGA Game Chamber, Amir Satvat. Okay, whatever. The only thing I don't agree that much is, as I've said, with Game of the Year, I think it should have gone to Black Myth Wukong, but it's not that, should I say, surprising. But then we go to the announcements, and this is where things get a bit interesting, to say the least. But Naughty Dog's new PS5 game is finally announced, the sci-fi action title Intergalactic, and this game is being talked about now. And this is the thing for me. For me, Naughty Dog broke my trust with the studio, because for all those years waiting for a Last of Us Part 2 or a Last of Us sequel or whatever, the sequel they made was disappointing, to say the least. Don't get me wrong, graphics and gameplay all top of the game, all 10 out of 10, but the story itself and the characters were one of the worst I've ever seen, and it was so far I've been playing since I was a kid. It was the only game so far that I had to force myself to finish it, because, and I know it might sound stupid, but I was playing the game and I was just hoping, okay, maybe at the end it gets better, maybe, and it was just disappointment after disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. I really hated that game so much. And Heavy, I think it's a stupid character, because man, I'm not gonna talk about all of that, no, or else I'm here for more than an hour talking about my problems with the game. But the only problem I have with that is because on it, I like Naughty Dog so much, but it only takes one really bad game to break that trust with the developer, and many people feel like that, I think, as well. That's why the game is getting so much. The thing with the main character, the main character seemed a bit, how do I say, annoying. It's like one of those bratty type of characters that doesn't seem very likable, if that is making sense. And that's my only thing with the game. I can't say that much more because we don't have much more to go. They only showed that kind of cinematic trailer, but for me, Naughty Dog, this has to be a very great game for me to have to trust in them again, because what they did for The Last of Us 2 for me is just, man, I can't. Astrobot Dev pays tribute to Nintendo, okay, and The Witcher 4 announced starring Ciri. Okay, this is the other thing I see people talking. Okay, Ciri being the main character, I have no problem with that, because if you played Witcher 3, you knew that this was what they were going to do. They were preparing Ciri to be the main character in the next game. But here is the problem I have with that, not with the Ciri being the main character, but Ciri being a Witcher, because as we know from the lore of the books, women can't be Witchers. That is explained. Their body, the female body, is not compatible with the mutations that need to happen to turn one person into a Witcher. And Ciri can't do signs as well. She can't do the Witcher potions and all of that. And here's the thing, I might be wrong, but in the trailer I think she is using signs, and if she's using signs, then to me I don't like that at all, because she's not a Witcher. To be a Witcher, she would have had to do the trials and the mutation as a kid, and in Witcher 3 she isn't a Witcher and she's already a teen into adulthood. So she being if she's only doing magic, okay, I will give them a pass, but if she is doing signs and using, as it seems in a moment right here, using the Witcher sense and all of that, then I have a problem with that, because we have lore reasons why she can't. And here's the thing, Ciri already has her own unique powers. Why not expand on that? This is what my thing is. Ciri has her own powers, expand on her own powers and let her be her own character, because if they are going to give her signs, then this game is gonna feel like playing with Geralt but with Ciri, and that is one thing I don't like, because in The Witcher 3 the moments you have playing with Ciri are different because she plays differently, but now if they are going to give her the signs and all of that, then it's just Geralt but female version, and that, see right there, I think that is a sign right there. I think it's Quen or Queen that is a shield protecting, and if that is the case, see right there, man, if this just stops, and that I really don't like, because there are reasons for that, and they are breaking them just for reasons, I suppose. But let's see if I can pause it there. Yeah, right. If this is her doing magic and using her own unique powers, okay, but if she's doing signs, as I've said, I don't like that at all. But I might do a video separate on that, I don't know. But Elden Ring announced a co-op Nightreign expansion, which might be fun. Onimusha is finally announced a new game for the series, which I saw people happy about that. I've seen people asking Capcom for a Onimusha sequel or another game in the series for a long time. Okami sequel was also announced. This is the thing, I know Okami is a beloved game and people are asking Capcom for a sequel for a long time, but I played the game on the PS4. I think it came out on the PS4 or PSC, whatever, and I didn't like the game that much. It wasn't just for me, but if people are happy with that, I'm happy for them. Not everything needs to be for everybody. Shadow of the Colossus developer returns with an insane robot game. Yes, that was also surprising. Like a Dragon developer RGG Studio announces brand new game set in 1915 Japan, and another Virtua Fighter game. This game, I find it very interesting. Yes, shut up, Jeff. Because they show fight here, and the fight seems to be very different from the normal Yakuza games. It's a bit more fluid, I would say, and a bit more interactive with the weapons and all of that, and I think it looks very good. The video here is a bit low quality because it's from the stream, but I'm very interested in this game. Crimson Desert gets a release date for 2025, and man, at first I thought this game was gonna be an MMO, but since I found out that this is a single player game, excuse me, my hype for the game increased very much. Where was I? Like a Dragon, It Takes Two developers are making a new game called Split Fiction. Excuse me a bit. Sifu developer is making a crazy online football game. That was a bit surprising for me because they made a very cool fighting game and now they are doing a football one, which okay. Turok Origins also caught me by surprise. I never played the original ones in the Nintendo 64, but I played the one in PS3, and it was kind of a fun game with some problems, but Screamer may be the most unexpected racing game. Overcooked developer announces Stage Fright, a new co-op game. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound takes series back to 2D. Outer Worlds 2 confirmed. The trailer for Outer Worlds 2 was actually funny. Helldivers 2, much anticipated Illuminate faction is here. Special edition of the DualSense for Helldivers. Clive from Final Fantasy 16 joins Tekken 8. Mafia gets a launch, not specific date, but it comes out on the summer 2025. Yeah, coming summer 2025. And man, I enjoyed the trailer very much. This game has my interest, and I enjoyed the other ones. The first one, the second one, and even the third. Even though the third one has his issues, but I enjoyed it very much anyway. Borderlands 4, as I've said before, I'm not a big fan of Borderlands 4. Shadowy multiplayer game Midnight Murder Club coming to PS5. Stylish free-to-play shooter Fragpunk confirmed for PS5. Sega's not telling us much about Sonic Raging Cross Worlds. That I think it's not the first time they do a Sonic racing game, and man, it's always fun to play with friends. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth casts a Rise arrives on PC. Last of Us 2 Remastered announced for PC. One move away on PS5 is like unpacking. I don't know. Wuthering Waves is ready for its long-awaited PS5 debut. PS5 PS4 series reboots Double Dragon Revive is actually ages away. Hoyoverse teases what's next for PS5 gacha Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero. Warren Spector's multiplayer stealth game sneaks onto PS5 in 2026, and Dave the Diver DLC takes us on a new adventure on the jungle on PS5 and PS4. And that was all my most interesting things. As I talked about my problems with the new Naughty Dog game and my problems with The Witcher. If Ciri has The Witcher powers, but I guess we have to wait and see. I'm hoping for a good game, and if it's a good game, it's whatever. And we also have Elden Ring DLC explained, can be played in single player and offline. This is, I think, a good thing. Give people the option. If they want to play online with co-op, let them. If they want to play single player, also let them. The announcement of the Elden Ring Nightreign will have caught many From Software fans, especially as the studio wasn't really expected to have any news to share, having put out Shadow of the Erdtree earlier this year. It did, however, a co-op game for up to 3 players that uses the frameworks of Elden Ring for a different kind of experience. Over on IGN, the outlet was able to play the game ahead of the reveal and interview game director Junya Ishizaki. What From Software is trying to do with Nightreign is take all of those elements you associate with Elden Ring and try to condense them into a shorter, tighter play session. It's like playing Elden Ring in co-op at a much quicker pace. Here is how IGN puts it. You square up with 2 other players at the start of each round. Get dropped into a densely packed alternate reality chunk of Limgrave that has both its enemies types and the placements of its castles and forts randomly shuffled around at the beginning of each session. That is interesting. And it's up to you and your squad mates to build up from your lowly level 1 character status as fast as possible by harvesting runes and weapons as you slash and dash through every enemy field camp and castle that you come across. Here's how the play session in Elden Ring Nightreign goes. Nightreign is structured around a 3-day cycle, with each day lasting 15 minutes. During the daytime of the first day, you can choose to go wherever you like. As night approaches, where you can go becomes restricted as acid rain closes in on you like a battle royale circle. Okay, that is interesting. When the circle is at its smallest, you enter a random boss fight including both old and new foes. This process repeats for the second and third day. There are 8 distinct characters to play as that all have clear strengths and weaknesses. Each character has a unique skill and ultimate attack that operates on a cooldown meters. If you die, your teammates can revive you by attacking you. Okay. In between rounds, you go to the round table hold. In the round table hold, you can spend a currency called Merc on emotes and skins. Relics offer permanent upgrades to your character, and you slot up to 3 in your loadout. Those last few blue points make Elden Ring Nightreign sound like a live service effort, but it's explained that just buying the game gets you access to the complete package. There aren't any battle passes or microtransactions, and you can actually play the game in single player and offline. I think this is very good, and I think this is why people like From Software. They don't put any BS in the game. It's just you buy the game is all here, enjoy it however you want. I think this is a big win for gamers, and I hope From Software continues to do things like this. And now let's end on a thing I hate that the gaming industry does this, but Star Wars Eclipse and Wonder Woman compromised of literally nothing when revealed. The waiting game. So they announced these games, Star Wars Eclipse and Wonder Woman, and they had no idea what the games were even supposed to be. According to a Bloomberg journalist Jason Schreier, Quantic Dream, Star Wars Eclipse and Warner Bros. Games Wonder Woman were comprised of literally nothing when announced on stage at the Game Awards 2021. In light of Jeff Keighley's big show, Schreier's reminder is a good one, as it is always possible something just revealed won't ever see the light of day. The reputable writer made the remarks on Kinda Funny's Games Daily. At significant risk, we venture into the Push Square archives long enough to pull our latest on these absent titles. We last wrote about Eclipse back in August when the game lost its lead writer. Never a good sign. The single-player Wonder Woman, meanwhile, may still contain service elements and will allegedly utilize Shadow of Mordor's Nemesis system, articles from 2023 and 2021 respectively. This is nothing new in the world of video games, but as development times increases and budgets balloon, it's worth keeping in perspective. Gone are the days when a single developer could achieve anything, like Square's legendary Run games are too big, too expensive and take too long to make if they ever come out at all. Which TGA review do you think is furthest out? How soon is too soon? Telegraph your moves well in advance in the comment section below. This is the thing. With them talking about budgets, balloon and development times, I think this happens because they are not hiring the best people for the jobs anymore. And I think you know what I mean with that. Because From Software not only just revealed the DLC last year, but they already have a new mode for the game. Black Myth Wukong has done also modes and all of that to the game as updates, with updates to the game. So how the hell do you announce a game 3 years ago and have literally nothing in these 3 years? How crazy is that? It's so crazy to me that these things take so much time to do. Nowadays, you guys have so much help with even with AI, and you can't do things faster. I don't understand that, but it might just be me, I guess. But well, guys, I think that's it for today. Let me know what you think of the announcements of the Game Awards. Let me know if you agree with me with the Naughty Dog's reveal and what they are doing with City, if that is what they are doing with City. I don't know yet, but as I've said before, if they are giving her the Witcher signs and all of that, I think that's a bit BS, because for lore reasons from the books, she isn't able to do that. But that is just my opinion on that. Let me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.